now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandano Tatavimam Band of Mission Indians. Associated students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. Now moving on to roll call.
Vice President Emiliano Aragon.
Here.
Senator Arias Gomez.
Here.
Senator Atias.
Here.
Senator Basilio.
Here.
Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Here.
Senator Contreras.
Here.
Senator Cunanan. Senator Dominguez.
Here.
Senator Garcia.
Here.
Senator Gavino.
Here.
Senator Kachidia.
Here.
Senator Kodka.
Present.
Senator Mane.
Here.
Senator Quiroga.
Here.
Senator Ramirez.
Here.
Senator Umana.
Here. Here.
Senator Vicente.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. We will now move over to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Umana.
I move to approve the agenda for January 26, 2026.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Quiroga. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none. If there are no objections, we will approve the agenda for January 26, 2026 unanimously. Okay, thank you so much. Now moving on to the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
Move to approve the minutes for December 8th, 2025.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Arias Gomez. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none. If there are no objections, we will approve the minutes for December 8th, 2025 unanimously. Okay, thank you so much. We will now move over to special presentations, starting with CSUN Athletics. You may now move to the podium.
Test, test. Well, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something there with the microphone, but it's great to be here this morning. Really appreciate it. So my name is Ryan Swartwood. I'm the new director of athletics here at CSUN. So I'll keep my comments very brief this morning. We'll hear from some of our tremendous student athletes here in just 1 second. Wanted to offer some very brief comments on my background, what led me here to CSUN. A couple of thoughts, and then we'll go from there. So me and my background, I was born and raised in Merced, California, about 4 hours north of here. Did my undergrad at San Diego State. Had no idea what I wanted to do with my career when I was an undergrad. I went to law school at Arizona State, thinking I wanted to be an attorney. During that time, I realized I wanted to take a different path. Did an internship with the Oakland Raiders for about a year. That led me to apply at the University of Oklahoma, where I started my career in college athletics. Had a great experience there. In 2013, I had the good fortune of coming to CSUN. So I was an assistant director of athletics here at CSUN, starting in 2013. Spent about 5.5 years here at CSUN. Really grew a tremendous amount in terms of my professional development and my growth as an administrator. Late in 2018, I had a very unique chance to move to Anchorage, Alaska, to work at the University of Alaska Anchorage. Became the AD there at Alaska. Had a fantastic experience, great 7 years. But this spring, the job as the CSUN AD opened up, so I knew right away that I wanted to pursue the opportunity. I was fortunate enough to get the job, so couldn't be more excited to be here and to get started as the new AD here at CSUN. Just a few thoughts. First and foremost, thank you. I think it's tremendous that you're offering the Department of Athletics the chance to be here as part of your meeting. That says quite a bit. And I think second, I think the collaboration. So I think from our perspective, we're all connected. Anything that we can do in athletics to support associated students, It's a big deal for us. Obviously, having students that are competitions goes a long way in terms of creating that home court advantage, home field advantage, right? So we certainly want that. Also want to be extremely mindful and intentional about supporting what's important to associated students, and making sure that that we're tied closely together and collaborating. So with that, that's all I have this morning. Thank you so much. Next, we have some of our student athletes here.
Hi, good morning. My name's Owen. I'm a men's volleyball student athlete. I'm a junior on the team, mechanical engineering major too. And yeah, just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about our program and what we do. That's our schedule behind this too. But yeah, all of our home matches are free for CSUN students, and it's always a lot of fun and always great experience when we have a ton of students showing up. And yeah, we have a home match tonight as well. And as far as relating home matches to associated students, the more students we can end up getting to show up to matches, it just makes the experience so much better. Men's volleyball is we talk about how a lot of the success of men's volleyball teams come from momentum. And a lot of the momentum also comes from the crowd too. So when someone gets a big point and, you know, you have 400 or 500 students in the stands and everyone's standing up cheering for you, like that can be a huge difference maker. You know, these top teams that we end up playing in our schedule. In the next week, we play 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation the next 2-3 weeks. So having a large amount of students at those games would be, you know, could be a huge part of our program. So yeah, just a little bit about me. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Hi everyone, my name is Madison Shepperson. I am a sophomore here at CSUN, and my major is psychology.
Hi, I'm Talia. I'm a redshirt junior, and my major is kinesiology. Again, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to speak in front of you. We just want to tell you a little bit about our team and what we do. We're about to actually start our season off this weekend. We have 2 home matches on Saturday and Sunday, and of course, would always love more support from our fellow students.
Some of the highlights that we have from our team, our preseason, which was in the fall semester, we were in San Diego, and our #1 doubles, which is Angela top far left and Nicole bottom right. They made it to the finals of regionals, unfortunately battling and losing to the #1 at USC. They got the chance to play again for another spot in NCAAs, and they also made a pretty good run there. So just having that, like going into our season, is a great feeling. So like Owen was saying, that having that, you know, home court advantage and having as much as support would definitely, you know, help us a lot. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, CSUN Athletics, for for coming over, and we hope that all of our student leaders will have the opportunity and the privilege to be able to go to any of your games. We will now move over to our next special presentation, Giving Day 2026.
Hi, everyone. My name is Guadalupe Rivera. I'm from the Annual Giving Department. I'm the Annual Giving Associate, and I'm here to talk about Giving Day coming up on March 4th and 5th. Next slide, please. Thank you. For my agenda, I'll be going over what Giving Day is, how to participate, what the Brighter Future Challenge Fund is, fundraising tips, and any questions you'll have. And this is specifically related to the clubs and organizations on campus. So Giving Day is a university-wide fundraising campaign. It engages over 200,000 alumni, campus and community members. How can Giving Day help student clubs and orgs? We help you raise funds for your needs and programming. You can gain exposure for your club, and we have this unique opportunity, which is the Brighter Future Challenge that I'll explain in a later slide. So the way that clubs and organizations can participate, we made it really easy. You just scan this QR code, or we'll have the link available all over campus. You just compile your name, your AS agency account, 3 to 4 sentences for a description and a photo, and then we'll put you up on our Giving Day site, and then you'll have the opportunity to fundraise. The Brighter Future Challenge is provided by President Beck. The top 3 participating clubs and organizations to fundraise the highest number of unique donors on Giving Day will win a portion of $5,000 made possible by President Beck. Last year, we had Formula SAE, the Archery Club, and the Badminton Club win. First place is $2,500, second place is $1,500, and third place is $1,000. For tips for fundraising, you can always sign up to be an ambassador. And you have to be really clear about what you're fundraising for, why donors should give, and how the donor will support and impact your project. We suggest that you utilize your whole network and include texts and phone calls in your marketing plan. I'll be having a Giving Day informational session for clubs and orgs on February 10th at 1 p.m. Again, I'll be posting this information all over campus, so just keep a lookout. Does anyone have any questions for me, or have a club or org that you'd like to have participate in Giving Day? Cool. Well, go ahead.
So I was just wondering if this was, or like the eligibility for any club would be to be registered, or is it like, let's say a club just began this year, would they also be able to participate?
Yes, as long as you have an AS fund number, because we always have to connect that in order for you to fundraise.
Thank you.
Yes.
Are there any further questions?
Yes.
Oh, hello, nice presentation. Last year on the season account, I mostly saw like sports clubs being sponsored, like through clips or everything. Is there a way for student orgs to like submit a clip of theirs to be sponsored as well on the season website or on the Instagram?
Submit a clip? What do you mean?
So on Instagram, on the stories, there's like archery club, donate to the basketball team, but there wasn't any for like student orgs.
Yes.
Is there a way for us to submit for student orgs?
Yes, if you would just contact me, I can put that request into our social media team, and then they can contact you and organize that filming and post it on our social media. Usually we just record whoever responds. Like we outreach to all of the clubs and student orgs, so whoever responds, like they get featured. But you could always contact me and I can coordinate that. And yeah, we can feature you on our social media.
Okay, thank you.
What specific club is it?
Well, I was asking for all student orgs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask so I know you mentioned that you would be posting it on campus. Do you know exactly where on campus? And then I also wanted to ask, do you know if more than one information session will be held?
Yes, so we do it based off of interest. So I already sent out the initial email blast a week ago, and then I followed up last week. I'll be following up again this week. I have all of the student clubs presidents' contact information. So that's how we do our outreach. If for whatever reason it's a new club and you weren't on that list, that's why we send follow-ups and we follow up with the MIC to get the most current contact information. So that's how we're doing our outreach. I'm posting it on Matasync. I'm posting it on the, there's these like TV ads, I believe. I forgot what they're called, but we're posting it on there too. But yeah, all of this is, we're just getting the ball rolling. Like I said, this is happening March 4th and 5th. So most of our marketing is happening in February.
Are there any further questions? Okay, if not, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We will now move over to our next special presentation, the data governance feedback. Apologies, just give us 1 minute.
Oh, no worries. You're going to miss our riveting presentation about data.
I don't think the computer's going to
Okay.
showcase the slides. I don't know if you would like to go without it.
Yeah, I can just talk us through it, and then if you could share the slides later with the Senate,
Yes,
that'd be
we
great.
will.
So I'm Janet O. I'm the co-chair of the Data Governance Committee.
And I'm Kevin Grzwinski. I'm the Information Security Officer here at CSUN and also co-chair of the Data Governance Committee.
So some of you may recall that we were here, I believe, last semester to share that we have a draft data governance policy and standards that are being reviewed across campus. And so we're just back to provide another opportunity for feedback and to share with you the kind of feedback we received and how we've been responding, and to let you know that the feedback form is still available for input. So last spring and through the fall, we visited over 20 audiences all across campus, administrators, faculty, staff, students, across all divisions to share the drafts. They were available in a box folder. They still are available in a box folder. We gathered feedback in those presentations, Q&A afterward. There was an online form for people to provide feedback that way, anonymously or otherwise. And to be honest, we received a lot of questions, but they were more just general questions about data, not a ton about the standards themselves. But we've summarized the feedback we did receive about the policy and standards. And the slides, when they're shared with you, you'll see more details. But to go over this briefly, we had a question about the roadmap priorities, and that one of the priorities is broader access to data, and how that was how that was influencing the standards. And we recognize that the priority is transparency and broader access to data, but we need to balance that with the priority for security in how we govern data. And so we're trying to balance those two things in the standards, and you'll see that when you read them over. There was a question about the data stewards. So I think we shared with you last time that we have data owners who are sort of the decision makers around data. And then there are the data stewards who manage the data on a day-to-day basis. They're the people you might go to request data, for example. And we shared all the feedback, obviously the drafts of the policy and standards with all the data stewards, the data owners as well. and we're gathering feedback from them as well. There's a graphic in one of the standards that shows the workflow if you were looking for employee data, student data, or public records data. And that was meant to be workflow that we were going to put on our website that will go up shortly. So that if people don't know where to go at all for data, that's would direct them to people. And then they don't have to figure out all the details underneath. We would help figure that out for them. So for example, if anyone wanted access to student data, didn't know where to go, they would come to me. I'm the Senior Director of Institutional Research. I may not be the one to provide them the data, but I would know where to direct them. There's more details in the data domains inventory that we'll also have online, but that was meant to be just a guideline for folks if they just have no idea where to go. There was a question about AI data, very timely. So we're currently working on an AI data governance policy, a standard, and we'll share that. The rest of the standards will go forward to the Vice President soon for approval to implement on campus. And then by the end of the semester, we hope to put forward the AI data governance standard as well. There was a question about data security incidents. So we've added a note about what to do to report. Oh, here we go. Next slide. There we go. So we added a note into the data privacy and security standard about how to report a data security incident, but basically it goes to Kevin's office. Can I get the next slide? There was a great question about financial data. We had only listed student financial data, but we worked with administration and finance, that division, to identify all of the domains of financial data. And so you'll see, if you looked at the data domains inventory before, you'll see we've fleshed out that section more. It was unclear to some folks what we were doing or changing or creating. And so that's why we were doing all those presentations across campus. So we hope that those presentations were helpful. We're also available anytime to answer questions. If you have questions after this presentation, we do hope you feel free to ask them. And you actually have a representative on the committee. And so you can ask Eddie a question as well, and he can pass it along, or we can help him answer your question. There was a question about basically these other policies related to research data. And so we want to clarify that the data governance policy and standards have to do with institutional data, things like course data, enrollment data, employee data, that sort of thing, not faculty research data. That's still their own purview, and they follow different guidelines depending on the funding and other sorts of things related to those data. So that's it. That was just our brief overview of the feedback that we received. That's a link to the data governance feedback form, which is still open if you have any additional feedback. But we're also here to take your feedback or questions if you have any. And then you can always feel free to reach out to us as well. Any comments or questions?
My bad, guys. I was going to ask if you had any questions. Okay, seeing and hearing none, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. We will now move over into open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Oh, hello, John.
Morning, everybody. I am John Dobler. I serve as the Human Resources Manager for Associated Students. Just a little overview of my department. I think most of you might know already, but what we do is we are responsible for all of the employment aspects of all of our employees from start to finish, from the recruitment process all the way through separation of employment. That includes the day-to-day HR stuff, payroll, those kinds of things. And then I also serve to help provide guidance for the board in terms of any kind of personnel matters that may be in there. So I partner with Vicki and others to do that. So with that, that's who I am, and that's what my department does. My team Consists of 2 professional staff and 1 student assistant. We have Yvonne Monreal, our senior payroll professional. Cindy Cerna is our human resources coordinator. Coordinator. And then Forum Malhotra is our student assistant. Thanks.
Senator Umana?
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. Hello, James.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you that don't know, my name is James Forster. I serve as the AS Programs Manager. Just here to provide you all a little update on our programs that are going on. Programs. Sometimes it's hard to write and talk at the same time. So we have this week for our programs, we are just supporting Meet the Clubs. So we'll be out there providing, we're actually working with marketing, which I'm sure Daniel will talk a little bit about in a little bit, on a program that they're working on. So we'll be providing some t-shirts and stuff like that at Meet the Clubs on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. So you can look forward to seeing us there. Farmers Market starts back up next week, and so does Thursday Thrift. It starts next week as well. So if any of you have any clothing items that you're like, oh, I want to make sure that I donate those, start pulling those items together now. And then just on a other note, so I oversee the productions department. I also oversee the sustainability department. So I work with Milana and Liz respectively to kind of help plan all of the programs that happen in NAS here. But if any of you have anything that you all are working on, you're always welcome to reach out to me and I can help you out with whatever it might be. On a side note, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. I'm a Los Angeles Rams fan, so Kiri and I have been talking a lot of crap over the past semester, but congratulations to her. I'm dressed for Cancun, so I hope the Seahawks win it all. So thank you all so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, James.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is John Valadez, and I'm the AS Ticket Office Manager. I'll give you a little background of what our program consists of. We sell tickets to pretty much all the student-run events like theater, music, and athletics. We sell transportation passes, and then we also sell theme park passes. Some of the programs that we have going on, actually, this one started a few weeks ago and is still going, is the CSUN Student Metro U Pass. That's the very popular transportation pass. Right now, it's only $60 for the whole semester. It's gone down since last year, $35. It was $80 in the fall, and now it's down to $60, and it's good all the way up until May 24th, 2026. We've also been collaborating with different campus departments. We're hoping to have tickets to the Black graduation celebration become available in the next few weeks. And then James didn't touch on this, but we're hoping to have the big comedy tickets go live in a few weeks, maybe? Soon. Okay, soon. I think I'll just tell you what our ticket office consists of: myself, 1 supervisor, and 11 student assistants. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Hello, Daniel.
Good morning, everybody. For those that don't know me, my name is Daniel Ramos. I am the marketing manager for Associated Students. Just to talk to you a little bit about marketing. For those that don't know, we handle all the graphic creation for AS departments, video creation, social media for the CSUN AS, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So we handle all that stuff in our office. It consists of me, the manager, Jade, who's there as the coordinator, and then we have normally 3 graphic designers, 2 videographers, and 2 social media students. I wanted to talk to you today really quickly about Matador Tuesday. So Matador Tuesday, for those that don't know, is a weekly campus pride tradition where everyone wears red on Tuesdays to show school spirit, unity, and Matador attitude. It's something that was started before COVID and it's kind of unfortunately trailed off, but it's something that Alvaro had really wanted to bring back during this term here. So we are starting it this semester. We have shirts in our office that says on Tuesdays we wear red. So please come to our office afterwards to come pick up those shirts, because come give me your size and we will give those out. At Meet the Clubs with our Table with Productions, we're going to be handing out the rest of the shirts to students between the 2 days. So really encourage your constituents and any students on campus to wear red on Tuesdays. Our office is going to start to do giveaways on Tuesdays for students that are wearing red. So really try to encourage students to show their pride, wear the shirts. They don't have to wear this specific shirt, but as long as they're wearing red to support CSUN. So thank you and have a good day.
Excuse me, I'm not nearly as good as James, so I can't write and talk at the same time. Yeah, no. All right. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Calvin Young. I have the pleasure of being the Information Technology Manager here at Associated Students. I just want to share a couple of updates with you all. Our department consists of myself, our desk coordinator of desktop and user support services, Pat Spears. He's currently not here because he's working on finalizing the technical back end of the IRA annual budgeting process. As well as we have 3 student assistants, one of which is Winter, who's up on the balcony up there running the live stream for us. What was it now? I just want to mention a couple of, I don't want to say like initiatives, but like ongoing projects that we do have for this semester. The first one is we just started doing the evaluation of our computing hardware within Associated Students, and we're aiming to work with our campus partners to buy as much or procure as much refurbished equipment, both for financial and environmental sustainability. So this will be the first time that Associated Students would be participating in this kind of a program. We're also reaching out to our digital signage vendor to see what the options are as far as the capability of the software, because our content the template's been the same since we started with this vendor, and the software has evolved in the last several years. So we're just sort of looking at doing a bit of a refresh, or seeing at least what the capabilities of the software can now include, so we can work with our partners over at AS Marketing and see if that is something that they would be interested in doing. But other than that, that pretty much does it for us. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Calvin. Is there anyone? Oh, hello, Kevin.
Good morning. I'm Kevin Mojardi. I'm the Assistant Director of Programs and Communications. If you don't know, you should know by now. I oversee AS Marketing, AS Productions, and AS Leadership. So if you like what Productions and Marketing and Leadership is doing, you can thank me. If you don't like them, they're sitting right there. So you can go to them directly. I wanted to welcome you to Spring 2026, but the main reason I'm up here is to give a big shout out to Lego Group number 1, who won the Lego Challenge at the retreat. So give yourself a round of applause. I also want to thank Daniel and his team for bringing back Matador Tuesdays. It's really a cool venture that you guys all started. You all started this many years ago. And it's on Tuesdays because Senate meetings was on Tuesdays. And so they thought it was a great day to bring Matador Spirit back. So please join us in wearing red and Matador Spirit on Tuesdays, and get your free t-shirts from Daniel.
I also can't write and talk, so.
Hello, everyone. Some of you know me from my work with the Model United Nations team. There are plenty of people here that are on it, and they've all won awards, so I'm very proud of all of them. I just want to give them a shout out for that. My name is Mason Molina. I'm applying to be on Lobby Corps. I just wanted to give a face to the name. I know I submitted my bio, just a little bit more information about me. As my bio says, I transferred from Cal State Maritime, what is now Cal Poly Maritime, and that was where I really started getting involved on campus. Cal Poly Maritime has a lot of problems. They continue to. I don't know how many people are aware, but a lot of issues regarding student safety, student health, and then with the Title IX office. So that was really student-led to try and make those changes. I was happy to be involved with that. I left the school for a variety of reasons. Some of it was that, some of it was I just didn't like being stuck in the Bay Area, wanted to come back to beautiful SoCal, and that led me to CSUN. Again, I was on the Model United Nations team. I still am. I'm one of the head DELs. And through that, I was able to meet Caesar, and he said, hey, Lobby Corps is basically Model United Nations, but for the school. And since you're good at Model United Nations, you keep winning awards, you should try for Lobby Corps. And with all the things he has planned for this semester, I'm really excited, really grateful to have the opportunity to be up here and try and be a part of it. So I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's the first Senate of the school year. So my name is Lionel Lawrence. I'm the controller for Associated Students. Don't worry, I'm not going to give an audit report or any boring financial data or anything like that. But I want to share a little bit more about what we do in the AS Accounting Office. So currently we have 5 full-time staff, 2 student assistants, and we are here to service you. Work very closely with one of my, I'll be biased, favorite committees, the Finance Committee, Emily, who are going to be giving a report. But one of the things that we're working on this semester is really working on finalizing the Associated Students financial budget for 26-27 fiscal year. So in the next couple of weeks or so, it will be shared with you as a board to have the opportunity to give insight and input. Really excited about this process as well. Some of the things that we're doing in the AS Accounting Office is not only securing the financials for this organizations, but also working closely with our campus partners. There's a couple of initiatives that are coming out of the Chancellor's Office. CSU Buy, or P2P, is what it's known for, a procurement software that we're currently working on implementing actually this week, as well as Concur, another software to just make everything a little bit more transparent and easier for you as a students. So I am going to kind of muddle a little bit under the 3-minute because I need to talk and write my name, but it is a pleasure to see you all. Have a very happy, successful academic year. Spring goes by quickly, so study and enjoy the sun. Take care.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is George Radianov, and I am the incoming senator for the College of Science and Mathematics. And I wanted to introduce myself and the experiences which I've accrued under my undergraduate years, which offers a unique perspective on the position. So just to start off, I'm a senior. I'm majoring in honors in general biology. And on a more personal note, my pronouns are he, him, and I am a first-generation college student immigrating out of, or with my parents immigrating out of Ukraine after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Throughout my undergraduate journey, I've developed a strong interest in both effective communication and the sciences. One trait I've noticed among successful faculty, mentors, and even peers was ability to articulate their ideas concisely. Inspired, I joined Associated Students as a vice chair of Lobby Corps, and later became involved in Model United Nations, the speech and debate team, supplemental instruction for writing here at CSUN, and finally as a member of the Outreach and Recruitment Committee as a member. Alongside these interdisciplinary experiences, I simultaneously grown curious at what a passion for science could really look like as a career. So after volunteering in a CSUN Ecology Lab, I was selected for the CSUN UCLA Stem Cell Research Program, where at UCLA, I studied full-time stem cell biology and regenerative medicine. And with that experience, I've presented at 9 national research conferences and developed a faculty-approved senior thesis. And ultimately, all of these experiences, which I'm wanted to share with you guys is grounded really in advocacy, whether in argumentation in the classroom or through meticulous research towards patient populations. And being deeply involved and grateful for all the opportunities here at CSUN, I hope to pay that forward for the next generation of students in the College of Science and Math and advocating for their issues. During my term, I aim to empower students through town halls and informational events that spotlight campus resources and programs so students can gain relevant experience and leave CSUN with a stronger professional foundation. Thank you, everyone, and I look forward to working with all of you diligently to strengthen our community. Thank you.
It is hard to do. Sorry, they were they were saying it's hard to talk, and I was like, wait, I think I could do that, but hold on. Ooh. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. My name is Nshira Bewa. I'm the incoming senator for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Thank you guys for the honor for having me up here. So I'm a second-year double major in political science and Africana studies. I'm very passionate about advocacy, community building, and making sure that every student feels represented and supported at CSUN. So I currently serve as the event coordinator for the CSUN Black Student Union, the president for Black Campus Ministries, and the secretary for the NAACP Youth and College Division for the California and Hawaii region. So through these roles, I've organized events, I've supported student outreach, and advocated for marginalized communities on campus and off campus. And I'm applying for this position. I want to be a senator because I want to bring stronger representation to student government and to create more ways for all of the students on campus to share what they want to see in their college and what they want to see happening on their campus so that they can be more engaged with it and so that they get a degree from a school that they're proud of. My goals would include improving communication between AS and student organizations, creating more spaces for student feedback, and ensuring that campus resources reflect the needs of all students. And overall, I just really hope to serve as a senator who listens, advocates, and helps build a more inclusive and engaged CSUN community. And I just want to be the change that I want to see in the world. I don't want to just talk about change, but I want to be the change. So I hope you guys, I hope I get the chance to work with all of you guys. So thank you so much.
Hey everyone, my name is David Montero. I'm the Outdoor Ventures manager for those of you who don't know. Outdoor Ventures, we do a bunch of like adventure trips for CSUN students. So we go camping, rock climbing, backpacking. So if you're interested, if you don't have any plans for spring break yet, we're gonna be out on the Colorado River for 4 days. So if that speaks to you, come and sign up at the SRC. If you want something a little bit more beginner, we're doing a bunch of day hikes as well this semester. So come by and stop into our office and just hang out for a little bit. Yeah, you're kind of welcome in our space too.
Good morning. Hello, my name is Carla Martinez. My pronouns are she, her, ella, and I'm a senior psychology student. And then also a quick shout out to Outdoors and Adventures. I took a trip during a winter break to Death Valley, and it was awesome. And I'm signing up for another trip for the spring semester, so I encourage all of you guys to do that. A little bit about myself. I'm a transfer student from Glendale Community College. I love Glendale Community College. That's where I began my work in advocacy and working with students. I was a College Corps Fellow, which is a state program that helps support students in engaging community work. So I was at two centers. I was at GCC Cares, which focuses on helping students meet with their basic needs. So we help put together financial literacy workshops, also provided gas cards, food resources, and we also worked with our GCC market, which provided fresh produce and resources to students. Simultaneously, I was also a student ambassador at our Multicultural Engagement Center. Our center focused on supporting undocumented students, pride students, and formerly incarcerated students. And I think often we sit in courses and we kind of hear about the statistics and how these individuals are affected by their circumstances. And it was such an eye-opening, and it shifted my whole perspective on what I wanted to do and what I wanted to contribute into my community, working directly with these students. And I think that really fostered the love and passion that I have for advocacy and supporting other students who come from marginalized backgrounds. So I transferred fall of 2024 to CSUN, and I was so eager to kind of get my feet in and start working with students and getting experiences on campus. So I started volunteering at the Women's Research and Resource Center. So my focus there is helping provide feedback to the center on how we can support undocumented students and also improve our connection with the community and just support students overall. It was to be honest, it was very challenging because the situation that we are in now. And I think that encourages me more to continue the work that I'm doing. So I host our online series called Voices of Resilience. So we bring awareness to issues. I also work with the Dream Center, and we do student ally training. And then we're also collaborating this semester on some programming and bringing a couple guest speakers to campus. And then I also am a student assistant for the Dream Service and Center grant, which is a state grant that focuses on allowing students to gain experiences on campus while getting paid. Our typical undocumented students aren't able to apply for work studies. So this is a great alternative for students to be able to get that experience and also have some safety as far as support just in general. So that's my role here at CSUN, and I hope to tie that into being an upper division senator. My goal is to support all students, but also bring in that work that I do at the center to support students to, once they graduate, they're able to kind of have a well-shaped experience. And I think I really love CSUN, and I hope that I can, share my experiences with those students, support those students, but I'm also looking forward to working with all of you and getting to know you guys.
My name is Alyssa, and I am running to serve as the DEI committee member for DEI. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a third-year transfer from business to health administration and and I wanted to show how much I support diversity, equity, and inclusion on campus. I'm a regular member at CSUN CKI, which is Circle K International, where I participate in service projects and have been involved in working alongside the community in different ways. I first became involved with CKI in Moorpark College during my previous semester before last year, before I transferred, and the experiences I've gone from being in that club has enhanced my passion when it came to being a part of something that involves service and engaging with others in a meaningful way. Bringing my experience to CSUN, I'm actively and participating in supporting the club. I'm also involved with VSA, which is Vietnamese Student Association, as an associate. Before this position, I was a regular member, which gave me a deeper understanding of Vietnamese culture and their traditions. As an associate now, I am continuing to build on this and gaining experience socially, professionally, and academically. These experiences have helped me understand people with diverse backgrounds and also helped expand my perspective when it came to culture and when working alongside others, which I hope to bring to my role as a DEI committee member. What inspired me to apply for the DEI position within AS was because I felt strongly connected to what it was about and the goal which they were working towards, which was achieving and providing a place where people of all backgrounds feel safe, equal, involved, and heard. I want to use my personal experience from the clubs I'm involved with, along with my studies in healthcare administration, to help create that space that does deserve to be at CSUN. Some goals I'd be working towards would be raising more awareness about DEI's resources across campus and work on making it known and accessible for students to have a deeper understanding of what diversity, equity, and inclusion is, and find more ways for people to participate and more resources for those communities that are underrepresented. What I'm looking forward to the most within this position would be having the opportunity to work alongside people who share the commitment when it comes to DEI, learn from other people, and contribute to promote equity, inclusion, and improve a sense of belonging on campus. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm so confused.
Hello, good morning. My name is Britzy Hernandez. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a sophomore majoring in business marketing and management. I am here for the position committee member for the outreach and recruitment. I am passionate about campus development and building community where students support one another. I've taken a part in a variety of student-led events, including community service, volunteer initiatives, wellness and awareness campaigns like mental health and anti-bullying programs, fundraisers, charity events, as well as student organization fairs, all of which inspired my interest in student outreach and engagement. I'm excited to join the outreach recruitment committee to connect with students, build meaningful relationships, and grow my social and professional skills. While contributing to supportive campus community during my term, I hope to organize events focused on mental health awareness and career development, empower students to take an active role in personal and professional growth. Thank you.
Senator Diaz-Gomez?
Point of personal privilege.
Granted.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dustin Norton. I'm the Sport Clubs manager here. If you don't know what Sport Clubs are, we have 27 different teams. So they range all throughout dance clubs, our typical athletic clubs, and then archery, badminton. We pretty much span the gambit. We are one of the biggest sport clubs programs in California. I think we're the third biggest total. UCLA has like 50 clubs, so we'll never get to that level. We just don't have the space for it, even though I would love to. Just to give you some updates on this weekend, we had our first weekend of games back. So our men's volleyball team got third at their MLK Invitational tournament. And then our men's basketball A team won both games against LMU. Our men's basketball B team split with LMU, which is great because it's LMU's one team. This weekend, if you don't have any plans, we have a few games for you to see. Friday, our ice hockey team is going to be playing at the Cube in Santa Clarita. I believe that game starts at 8 p.m. And then their senior night is on Saturday at 5:45. Our women's rugby team has their first home game of the semester. It's at 11 a.m. on Saturday on the North Field. And then men's basketball is home again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. And I'll let Alvaro speak about the event that he's hosting, which we are super thankful for. If you're curious what our department looks like, we have about 20 coaches, so 20 paid coaches, and we have about 20 volunteer coaches as well. We have about 25 student staff when we're fully staffed, and we have 5 professional staff, including myself. So we have 2 people to help run the sport club side, and then we have 2 full-time athletic trainers as well. So lovely to be here. Hope to see you this weekend.
Senator Cunanan?
Originally recognized.
Granted. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Hello, yeah. Good morning, members of Senate. My name is Sarika Shah. I use she, her pronouns. I am an undergraduate biotechnology major here at CSUN. I'm hoping to get graduated by 2027. I'm here today to be considered as Finance Committee. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself today. Academically, my interests are in biotechnology genetics, particularly in understanding how small gene or molecule can have large-scale impacts on human health. My long-term goal is to pursue a research-related career. At CSUN, I have remained actively involved maintaining a 3.8 GPA. I have worked as chemistry tutor, SI, with Learning Resource Center. where I supported students individually, also in group setting. I also currently serve as a volunteer research assistant in Gene Lab, which has strengthened my data handling, organization, and accountability skills. In addition, I have started a student assistant role at ISC, that is International Exchange and Student Center, and also hope to begin peer mentor with Matador Achievement Center by February 2nd week. I was inspired to apply for finance committee because I understand how important responsible financial decisions are to student organizations. I value fairness, transparency, and accountability. I am motivated to contribute a thoughtful and student-centered perspective to funding discussions. During my term, my goal is to be reliable and be prepared as a committee member, while continuing to balance my academic and other campus commitments with professionalism and strong time management. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve through associated students. I look forward to learning from other committee members. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Hello. Looks like I'm the last one. Let's see. My name is Naira Haratunian, and I am a first-year graduate student in the Psychological Science Masters of Arts program at CSUN. And my reason for being here is I'm one of the applicants for the Finance Committee. In addition to my interest in joining the Finance Committee, I have also been involved in numerous service as well as employment positions on campus. This includes working as a lead peer mentor in the Office of Student Success, providing peer tutoring in psychology at the Learning Resource Center, and assisting as a teaching assistant with numerous psychology classes. I am the current student president of Psi-Chi, the International Honor Society in Psychology on campus. And I spend the majority of my time focused on conducting quantitative research in psychology to supplement my career goals of long-term becoming a clinical psychologist. What inspired me to join the Finance Committee was learning about the logistics of different budgetary processes on campus, as well as supporting student welfare. I plan to further emphasize the needs of marginalized students during my term, especially in terms of promoting student success for first generation, low income, and marginalized students. And I'm very much looking forward to learning more about all of you and supporting as my team along with the CSUN campus in general. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all being here.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's my first time speaking at Open Forum, so give me a minute. Okay. Good morning, President Saravia, Vice President Geminiano Aragon, fellow senators, and members of the public. My name is Eddie Umana. I am currently a senior here at CSUN, and I will be graduating in May. I stand before you today to speak about my experience as a DACA recipient under the current administration. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. DACA is not citizenship, and it is not a pathway to citizenship. DACA is exactly what its name implies, deferred action. Deferred action means that my deportation has been temporarily postponed. It provides limited protection, nothing more. Every DACA recipient is granted 2 years of protection before being required to renew again and again. That protection is fragile, especially at a time when stripping people of their right to due process appears to be the government's preferred course of action. DACA recipients are often referred to as dreamers. I can say with confidence that nearly everyone in our community knows a dreamer or knows someone who is related to one. If you think you don't know a dreamer, it's likely because that person has been too afraid to openly speak about their status, afraid of what we are seeing unfold in the news, on our phones, and across social media. To qualify for DACA, individuals must have no felony convictions or serious criminal records. Our only crime was being brought to this country as children by parents who were desperate to give their families a better life. I come from a mixed status family, meaning that not everyone in my family is a US citizen. Because of that, I live in constant fear and anxiety, not only about what is happening nationally, but about what is happening here in our own community. We are witnessing innocent people taken from their workplace, children separated from their parents, and fear deliberately instilled in immigrant communities. These actions are inflicting generational trauma that will not disappear anytime soon. I will be honest, this has taken a toll on my mental health. Trying to earn a college degree while witnessing these injustices has both fueled my determination and deepened my fear for the future. While I am fortunate to have DACA protections that offer me some measure of safety, many members of my community do not share that privilege. I will continue to work towards my degree, and I will continue to speak and work for those who cannot. What we are witnessing today is the targeting and profiling of our community by aggressive and politicized immigration enforcement. I stand before you as a DACA recipient, asking you to use whatever power and influence you have to stand against this violence. Support nonprofit organizations that defend immigrant communities, show up for peaceful local protests, and vote in all elections and exercise that privilege. Share accurate information and speak out against injustice when you see it. By doing so, you are not only standing with me, you are standing with thousands of others who are watching what is happening across the nation with fear, pain, and uncertainty. No one is illegal on stolen land. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Okay.
Big open forum day. I'm going to be quick since I understand typical agenda today. Hello, everyone. My name is Cesar Rosales. I am the chair of Legislative Affairs here at Associated Student Leadership. And per my code, I'm here to update on a couple of things that have happened over this past weekend with our plenary up in Sonoma State, as well as what is happening around Los Angeles right now. I should mention, as someone from a mixed status family, I understand how difficult it can be right now. And it's been incredibly hard for myself as well. It's tough times we're in. But on the local side of things, so this plenary this weekend in Sonoma State was pretty fantastic. Myself and Alvaro were there. Kiri couldn't make it, unfortunately. Go Seahawks. And it was a pretty good time. I want to focus on particularly SB 323, which is the first of our CSSA approved and co-sponsored bills, introduced by Senator Perez of the 25th District, which is not too far from here. SB 323 virtually allows for an extension of the time allocated for the California Dream Application Act through the California Student Commission to be filled out, thus allowing for more time for undocumented students, dreamers, and DACA recipients to actually get financial aid from our schools. It's a pretty incredible bill. I'm very happy that our group has decided to support it. So for those folks who are attending CHES in March, that is one of the bills we'll be lobbying for. In similar light, this does affect us directly, so I wanted to talk about it since it's very important. 3 days ago, the Los Angeles Metro Board officially approved unanimously 17-0 Alternative 5 Subject Heavy Rail Project for the San Fernando Valley. What this means for us, that is in 2033, which will be past most of our times on campus, they'll be opening a brand new 17-mile rail track that will run between Studio City and UCLA. This will be a major heavy subway rail, similar to you see in New York City, and will take the 405 commute down to as little as 26 minutes, as well with the expansion of the new East San Fernando Light Valley Transit Rail, allowing someone to get all the way from Sylmar all the way down to Pomona via heavy rail. It's a pretty incredible project. It's been really fun to follow. Now, I do have one more thing to talk about. I had it written down. You have to excuse me. Yes, one final update for our CHES delegation and for all of that. As I had mentioned, we're planning to begin very soon with our CHES trainings. I'm very excited to collaborate with the lovely campuses over at Channel Islands, Channel Islands, Bakersfield, and Los Angeles to work together to collaborate. And there's more info to come from that. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Senator Romano?
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Senator Diaz-Gomez?
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Okay. Thank you so much to everyone that came for open forum. We will now move over to reports, starting with mine. Good morning, everyone. Happy spring semester. I'm so happy to be able to see you all in person again. I want to start off my report by acknowledging SB 2017-18-014, which is our AS Holocaust Remembrance Day. In accomplishing its mission, AS has a responsibility to be a positive influence on the community as a whole. In achieving that mission, AS has the responsibility to inform students of key issues that affect our diverse communities. Acknowledging that CSUN caters to a large Jewish student university population, California is home to the largest Jewish American population in the United States, and Jewish people living in California have enriched our state through leadership and contributions in business, agriculture, academia, government, and the arts. CSUN specifically has a significant Jewish population, many of whom have family members who experienced firsthand the horror and evil of the Holocaust. The Holocaust of 1933 to 1945 cost the lives of more than 6 million men, women, and children of Jewish descent in the attempt to systematically eliminate the Jewish people, one of the most atrocious violations of human rights in the history of the world. Every student and person, regardless of ethnicity or origin, should be made aware of and educated about the Holocaust, so that it and other state-sanctioned forms of ethnic cleansing may never happen again. Associated Students hereby designates the day right before Yom HaShoah, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, as a day of commemoration for the Holocaust. So I ask you all to please join me in a 1 minute of silence in honor of remembering the Holocaust. Thank you. We will now move over to the rest of my report. As many of you guys know, I did have to take a leave of absence due to a medical issue as well as some mental health issues. So I apologize for any of you guys that were surprised by my absence. It was something that was agreed upon with our leadership manager, our vice president, and our assistant director. I'm so sorry, Kevin. I forget your whole title. So my report is a little lengthy because there were a few things that I had written down for that Senate meeting that I wasn't able to share with you all. So starting with our faculty senate from December, TRIO and most higher education programs have been moved to the Department of Labor, along with the support for HBCUs and minority serving institutes. As many of you guys know, the Department of Education at the federal level is slowly giving away a lot of the responsibilities to other departments within the United States. The Department of Labor will be supporting a lot of the funding and grants that go to HBCUs and minority serving institutes. International education programs were transferred to the State Department. Tribal colleges and Indian education programs were then moved to the Department of Interior. The CSU Board of Trustees approved the budget request back in November for $9.09 billion, which is a $597 million increase that includes restoration of previous cuts and compact funding. But per the governor's budget from January, although he didn't give us all of the requests that the CSU had given, he did not cut any funding. So we will not be having any cuts to our institution or to any other CSU. So that is some good news. I had the opportunity to attend the African Black Coalition introduction meeting, where I got to just have a few minutes with our chair DEI, who, as many of you guys know, also serves as our BSU president. And I got to hear more about the coalition with their mission statements, as well as the work that they do with BSUs, not only within the CSU system, but within community colleges, UCs, as well as a few high schools. And with that, I also had the privilege to be able to attend the very first day of the ABC conference, which was where all of the campuses got to come together and just get to know each other, have a round of introductions. It was very casual, and I got to see a lot of the work that not only RAS was able to fund, but as along with the USU, as well as the campus and the Black House. I also had our January personnel board meeting where we had to just approve a few openings for different department job applications, as well as hiring. We had our area board meeting where we went over a few budget requests, reallocations of money, as well as just an update regarding the IRA budget request form, which will open up, if I remember correctly, within the next 2 weeks. It'll open up within the next weeks and close by the end of February. So then the IRA board will then go over every single request and give an allocated amount at the end of this semester for the following year. I also had a meeting regarding a scholarship that I am currently working on, along with our leadership manager and our wonderful finance director, Lionel. I forgot his full title. I apologize. But Lionel and Denise and I were just discussing a scholarship that I will hopefully be able to present to all of you guys next week. It is already finalized. It is already ready to go. And if it is approved by the board, it'll be available to students to apply to for March and awarded in fall. Looking into this week, I will be meeting with President Beck and Vice President Dr. Watkins, along with our Vice President Geminiano Aragon on Thursday. And I have a full week of check-ins with cabinet members from starting tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. I will be filming Giving Day, as I will be helping with some of the marketing that will be going out to our alumni, as well as people that are part of our departments, to encourage them to give to some of our student organizations, some of our student departments, as well as AS. So I will be filming that tomorrow, and I have a meeting with IT and our vice president on Thursday as well. Moving on to announcements. Please show up and sign up for Meet the Clubs. It is a great opportunity for us to connect with the student body, as well as connect with all of our clubs and organizations here on campus. I also encourage you all to please encourage students within the College of Humanities and within our College of Arts, Media, and Communication to apply for our Senate positions. They are the last 2 Senate positions that are open. Oh, and our College of Education. We only have 3 Senate seats left to fill, and hopefully we can get a full board by the end of the semester. And I also encourage you guys, if any of you guys know any student that is interested in possibly getting some experience with being an executive assistant, Vice President Geminiano and I have, unfortunately, she had to take a step back, our executive assistant. So we have opened up the search for our executive assistant again. So if any of you guys know anyone that might be interested, please encourage them to apply. And that is it. Thank you so much. Are there any questions? Senator Quiroga.
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. Senator Humana.
If we were to find someone who was interested in the personal assistant, where do we refer them to?
So you can refer them to CSUN Associated Students Leadership, and then there will be a section that says open positions. And under when you press open positions, if you go further down, you'll see a link that says application for 2025-2026. If not, I believe AS Marketing will be rotating the flyer advertising the positions. Are there any further questions? Senator Vicente.
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. Any further questions? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will now move over to our Vice President.
Thank you, President Sarabia. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I am excited to be here. I hope that your break was restful and that you're ready for the spring semester. First of all, what an amazing open forum we just had. Thank you for everyone's attendance and participation, as well as thank you, Eddie, for opening yourself to your experience. And we stand with you and we're here for you. As of my report, I conducted the December Council of Chairs meeting. I am working on the timeline for the semester and will be reaching out to the elected chairs for the spring semester. As a reminder, during today's elections, chairs are appointed on a nomination basis, and all nominees will have the opportunity to give a 1-minute speech on why they're a best candidate for the chair position of each committee. You may only nominate yourself or someone else for a committee that you are appointed to. I'll ask Sivansh to read out the list of each committee before we go into nominations. I participated in the December Student Systems Committee meeting, attended the LA Chamber Holiday VIP reception, finalized the recommendation to President Beck with the Flag Protocol Committee. I included the notification and operation system based on policy and law compliance through feedback from students, staff, and faculty. During our monthly meeting with the Office of the Provost, I was able to extend the feedback that I received during my one-on-ones with senators. So I have looped some of you all in some future steps emails. However, if you're pending on my follow-up, please make sure to remind me so that I can connect you with the appropriate connections. I met with Celine Valenzuela to discuss the AI student-led workshops for this spring semester. I will be conducting it through Zoom on February 18 from 10 to 11 a.m. We're finalizing marketing campaigns, and I appreciate your help in spreading the word around it. I will be serving in the Search and Screen Committee for the Dean of the College of Science and Math. Attended the CFAC December meeting. I met with the Sport Club's council officers, so we had the opportunity to discuss initiatives from both departments and formalize the collaboration for Welcome Week programming. I chaired the IRA December board meeting. I had a meeting with the advising department at CSUN. We shared feedback from students on false class registration, as well as initiatives that Senator and cabinet members are working on. They're looking forward to the results from our various surveys and advocacy. Also, shout out to Senator Arias Gomez for attending and consolidating plans for DPR and donuts for spring. I met with Tony Arias to discuss on a collaborative event between AS and DPS. It's going to be called CSUN Community Safety Dialogue, Student Leaders, and the Department of Police Services. The purpose of this event is going to be to create an inclusive, safe, and structured space where students can engage in open dialogue with the CSUN Department of Police Services. We're aiming to have active student leaders from clubs, organizations, and AS. If you're interested in attending, I will be sending the RSVP form to AS leaders shortly. Feel free to share the form with active student leaders that want to advocate for the well-being of the community. The form has been emailed to the presidents of all registered student organizations. I organized and finalized our programming and giveaways for Welcome Weeks. Thanks for your help in tabling and engaging with students, spreading awareness on AS. A few reminders. Signing up to the first shift includes setting up, and the last shift includes cleanup. These weeks, senators shall sign up to 5-hourly slots. For those signed up to table at Meet the Clubs, please keep in mind that setup begins at 10:30. Shout out to Chief of Staff Boberg for his help during Welcome Week overall. I attended the CSSA January plenary at Sonoma State University, sitting on the System-Wide Affairs Committee. We discussed a resolution that advocates for guidelines on non-resident tuition fees. In other news, as of federal and state landscape, AB 540 confronts federal threats. The Chancellor's office is in the process of ensuring that eligible students get the support. In addition, the Board of Trustees is keeping a close eye on immigration policies for international students, as there are federal propositions on limiting the F1J1 visa to only 4 years for undergraduate students with no extensions. The Board of Trustees also just approved the budgetary compensations for CSU presidents. If you want to get to know more information about this, please let me know and I can extend on this information and how the voting went. Reminders of this week. Attend your 5 hours at Welcome Week events. I will be sending out the invitation for us to have our 101, so please make sure to accept it. Or if you know you're going to have a conflict, so that we can figure out when our 101s is going to happen. Remember, this is going to be for next week. Standing committees and regular office hours will also begin on week 3, so it's not this week, but next week. Once again, I appreciate your commitment to AS, and I wish you a productive spring semester. Thank you.
Are there any questions on the Vice President's report? Senator Gabino?
Personal proof.
Brandon? Senator Vicente?
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Are there any questions? Senator Quiroga?
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move over to our Chief of Staff, Boberg.
Hello, everyone. I hope we all had a great first week back. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but it's not going to be quick. So, all right, to start off, I made a new report form. So the cabinet reports are going to be a little different today, if you notice, but it won't make that much of a difference. I also created our cabinet event calendar, which should be finalized probably by next week, and then I'll be sending it out to the senators and the student body in general. We also have a new cabinet member, Tommy. I don't know, hopefully most of you have met him, but he got appointed a long time ago, but we've done onboarding and everything, so he's now officially starting his duties. I also had interviews for the Chief Justice position. I've also scheduled our weekly cabinet meeting, which is a lot harder than it sounds. Every time I look at Alvaro's schedule, I'm reminded why I'm not a STEM major. That is terrible. I also compiled all of the cabinet's office hours, and those should be up on the website by the end of this week, I believe. I also helped organize and ordered supplies for Welcome Week. We have another week of that, so I'm excited to see all the cabinet members and the senators help out with that. I also filmed videos for Welcome Week. You guys have been seeing those. Not my favorite thing, but that's and then I've also begun scheduling my bi-weekly cabinet check-ins, and I just reread all the codes and just in general preparation for the semester. I also attended Reboot and the leadership retreat, which were both very nice. Shout out to our leadership managers. Thank you. That was a wonderful time. And then, as always, if you're interested in collaborating on any cabinet events or you just have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to any of the cabinet members. And then I'm going to get into the reports. Okay, starting with the Chair of Legislative Report. Hello, everyone. It is me, Caesar, speaking through our amazing and coordinated Chief of Staff. I hope everyone's break was restful and lovely. Mine was restful and busy. First things first, the Lobby Corps is planning large-scale events for the upcoming mayoral race. And this includes information sessions, interactive events, mayoral candidate visits, and a large-scale social media campaign. Please contact Caesar if you would like more information to help. He's going to need all hands on deck. Trust preparations are also underway, and Caesar is working closely with Advisor Ibarra and President Saravia to ensure everything goes smoothly. More info to come soon, and congratulations to those who are attending chess. And Caesar is excited to get some incredible stuff done on the Hill. The Lobby Corps has also scheduled a pair of town halls, which will be hosted in March, allowing us to directly gather input from students on issues they feel are most pressing to them in preparation for chess. Caesar also attended the January plenary for CSSA, which happened after this report was already submitted, so he talked about it at open forum. And Caesar also met with several groups and peoples around campus to discuss logistics surrounding chess and the upcoming mayor's race coverage, as well as coverage from media sources, including marketing, productions, government relations, and others. We have begun to reach out to other universities in the Los Angeles city area to discuss and plan coordinated events for the upcoming Los Angeles mayoral race. Gabby, a member of the Lobby Corps, has also coordinated the first couple of these sessions. In the same avenue, the Lobby Corps has also begun planning a series of 10+ voter registration drives to get students to vote and register to vote in the upcoming mayor's race. And Caesar also attended the Northridge East Neighborhood Council meeting in January, and the one in December was canceled due to a lack of quorum. For next week, they're preparing for the beginning of campus events for the mayor's race, doing research and talking to necessary parties for voter registration drives, beginning conversation with other universities, and formally reaching out to the campaigns to begin info gathering. A massive thank you to everyone, marketing, productions, government relations, advisory Barra, government secretary Moss, Chief of Staff Boberg, and the Lobby Corps, and Senator Basilio, and President Saravia, and Vice President Aragon. Oh, we got the whole list here. Okay. The Chair of Outreach and Recruitment, and everyone else in the office. Please reach out with any questions if you want to get involved. All hands on deck, and go Matadors. Okay. All right. All right, on to Chair of Elections. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. This week, I focused on training and educating my new assistant, Tommy, for those that have not met him yet. I gave him a list of to-do items I needed help with, which mainly consisted of ensuring that her committee members are staying active within their responsibilities. She also focused on keeping track of her upcoming events and ensuring locations are secured for each of her events. She also worked with Philip to discuss Big Pulse integration on Canvas. However, I think they're going to be deciding on doing a pop-up on the CSUN website instead to help promote elections informations. She also helped Vice President Alvaro table for Welcome Week, which was a great time. And then she also wants to share that she was in Indiana for a leadership conference this past week, so that's kind of why some of her other stuff hasn't been done yet. And then, sorry, she'll be having an AS Elections info session tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Pasadena room in the East Conference Center for those interested. So please go. And that's all. And then on to our Assistant Chair of Elections. This is his first report. So, okay. This week, I reached out to the Elections Committee to gather schedules to determine the best time for weekly committee meetings. This should be finalized by the end of the week. I also reached out inquiring about sizes for sweatshirts and t-shirts to prepare and place orders for the Elections Committee merch. Araceli, the Chair of Elections, and I met with Ranjit Philip, Interim Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer, to follow up on the ways that AS Elections should be promoted through, well, they both brought this up, on Canvas. And then he also explored the possibility of adding elections-related information on the CSUN portal. The goal of this is to eliminate any confusion that may arise in regards to voting, and this should increase voter turnout. And then on to our Chair of Outreach and Recruitment. This week, I worked with the AS marketing team to discuss the logistics of restarting the weekly Senate recap videos. We will be posting our first video this week. She also submitted 2 marketing requests for the website updates and a request to schedule a leadership-wide photo shoot. I also finalized the appointment details for new student leaders and secured tables for the upcoming outreach and recruitment committee's tabling events, which will now take place monthly. Additionally, I finalized plans for our final round of cabinet interviews. I also attended the leadership training conferences where I strengthened my connections with fellow leaders and built the excitement for the events we will be hosting this semester. And then on to our Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to provide a brief update on DEI initiatives and upcoming collaborations. First, Matador Conversations with Dress are currently being planned for the first week of March, focusing on dialogue, accountability, and student education. I am also working closely with the Pride Center to plan a queer prom, and that collaboration is moving along really well. For student support initiatives, we are creating welcome tote bags for the EOP Welcome Mixer this spring, and preparations are underway. Our first DEI committee meeting will be held this Tuesday at 1 p.m., where we'll be setting priorities and delegating roles for this semester. The Cultural Unity Showcase is nearly finalized. Most major components are locked in, and we're now focusing on final logistics and coordination. We're also planning a DEI golf cart giveaway, where we'll be driving around campus distributing snacks and resources to students. At the moment, we are waiting a response from the Deaf Studies Association regarding a collaboration on mental health workshops planned for this spring. And additionally, I'm planning an entrepreneur showcase with the Entrepreneurship Club, which is scheduled for April. On the committee side, DEI committee shirts and sweatshirts have officially been ordered. We're also supporting and helping plan all the cultural welcome events, which are shaping up to be really exciting. I do want to note that I won't be able to attend Bienvenida Welcome, so if additional support is available that day, it would be greatly appreciated. In terms of outreach, I'm continuing to meet with clubs and organizations. My next meeting is with Mata Furs, a new and creative organization starting at CSUN that I believe would be great for us to support. The DEI committee will also be tabling and distributing flyers for several upcoming events. And if anybody is interested in helping with tabling, please reach out to her. I also want to share that I have my first meeting of the semester with the Commission on Diversity and Inclusion scheduled for February 5th at 9 a.m. And lastly, I'm continuing my collaboration with Alvaro on his More You Know series with highlighting student organizations across campus. Thank you and happy Monday. And that's all. Sorry.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our Chief of Staff report? Okay, just a really quick note. We do have to leave at 11. So please keep your questions concise. Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. Okay, we will now move over to our Senator Gubino.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. We will now move over to our Chair of Finance Tourette report.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year, happy Monday, and welcome back. So I'll make this brief. Our account totals for as of January 23rd, 2026, our STAR funding remains at $170,536. Unassigned contingency is $492,418. Fill fund is $4,250. Clubs and orgs travel is $18,225. Some work I did over the break. I continue to review and process funding requests. They do not stop. I had one-on-ones with the Finance Committee to ensure that everyone was on board and ready for the annual budget requests. And then the Finance Committee held our annual budget deliberation meeting where we reviewed 105 annual budget requests in the span of 2 days. So a huge thank you to the Finance Committee for their dedication throughout the deliberations. As well as I met with several clubs to follow up with them to address any questions or concerns they may have. I conducted an interview for a potential new Finance Committee member, and I attended I attended the Personnel Board meeting as well as the IRA Board meeting. Finance Committee will be held today at 1 p.m. at the AS Sustainability Center, and afterwards the Finance Committee will be taking a group photo, so that will be on the website if you guys want to see. As for upcoming events, I will be having my one-on-one meeting with President Saravia. I will also be attending the cabinet meeting held this Wednesday. I'll also be filming a new video with marketing, and I will be having a meeting with marketing to discuss some potential new projects. Now moving over to the Assistant Chair of Finance's report. Over the winter break, the Finance Committee conducted the annual budget deliberations and reviewed over 100 annual budget requests submitted by student clubs and organizations. I would like to thank all Finance Committee members and our advisors for their time, dedication, and hard work throughout this extensive process. We did a great job ensuring a thoughtful review for each request. In preparation for this week, I followed up with several clubs to obtain additional clarifications on their annual budget request as requested by the Finance Committee. Today, we will be holding our first Finance Committee of the semester, and we will all be ready and excited. Additionally, I will be having one-on-ones with President Saravia on Wednesday, and will be reaching out to the marketing department to make informational videos outlining the different types of funding that Associated Students provides to student organizations. And lastly, I will be attending University Affairs Committee meeting on Thursday as well. Thank you to our chair and committee members for their continued contributions and dedications this semester. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our Chair of Finance's report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move over to our Attorney General.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great first week back and a successful welcome week tabling. It was really good to see everyone be active and stay engaged right out the gate. Before I get into my report, I just want to say thank you for sharing, Eddie. That was really brave, and we stand with you. So there are no standing committee meetings this week, so let's keep the momentum going with tabling. As a reminder, everyone's required to do those 5 hours. And thank you to anyone who has already submitted their office hours. That means a lot. Let's keep it going. Over winter break, I worked on streamlining attendance and accountability. So expectations should be clear and consistent for everyone. You're going to be receiving an email with all the details, but moving forward, office hours will be tracked using a QR code that links to a Google form for check-ins and check-outs. The front desk will have a copy of your office hours, and I will be working closely with the front desk to coordinate. But yeah, if you plan to hold your office hours outside of the leadership office, please let me know, and I'll go ahead and accommodate you. I've also created a reporting form for dean meetings. So anytime you meet with your dean, associate dean, or designated administrator, you're going to be completing that form. It helps both of us. And I just briefly want to remind you guys of the commitment to business casual dress code. All of you guys are doing a good job at it, so let's keep it up. Lastly, the academic advisement survey is now live, so please encourage students to complete it. The feedback's very important, and it will be used. Let's have a strong, active semester. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our Attorney General's report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move past our standing committee reports to our AS Executive Director, Allen.
Happy Monday and second week of school. I think most of the staff would say we feel like we've been back a month. I returned on January 5th and pretty much worked up until last Friday every day. So this weekend, got to watch some football. Congratulations there, Kiri. I'm going to be voting for those Hawks. Okay, that's all we're going to say about football. Okay, so moving forward, just a couple of things I wanted to share with you. During the break, we had an opportunity for our managers to come together and have a managers retreat, which was focused on elevating leadership, confidence, empathy, and culture and action. And so I'm really just excited about the work that the managers are going to be doing this year with their teams. I'm happy that they were able to come here today to share a little bit about the work that they do. I would encourage you to visit their operations, meet their full-time staff, as well as their student assistant staff as you have time throughout this semester. In addition, I just really want to thank those that were able to attend the first AS overnight retreat since COVID. And the theme, I really want to give a shout out to Kevin and Denise as it relates to making waves, leading with purpose, small ripples, impact, big impact. I really want you to focus on that small ripples and big impact. I know that you have a lot of goals that you want to accomplish this spring 26 semester. And I think that you've heard from managers as well as I know that you know from your leadership team that you have support. And so use that support as you work to implement your goals for this upcoming semester. Last couple of things that I want to just comment on. Eddie, I want to thank you for coming up in public forum and sharing your status, but more importantly, galvanizing us to really think about the work that we all need to do to be advocating for our undocumented, our DACA, mixed status families, and just the incredible work that we all need to be doing to challenge the things that are happening currently in our country. I think this weekend's news has had me just contemplating and reflecting. And so I think we all need to be doing that kind of work. So thank you again for that. Last couple of things. We are on target as we continue to move through our AS compliance audit. We are having our next deadline, which is this Friday, the 30th of January. And those documents have been provided to our internal campus auditor to be submitted on time. So we'll continue to move through that. I want to give a shout out to the Finance Committee for the work that they did on the 7th and 8th, getting through 105 budgets. The presentations went well, and when you get a chance to see Gunnar, recognize that he was in India. So when we started at 8 a.m. in the morning, he was there at 11 p.m. in those meetings, active and engaged. So thank him for his work as the Assistant Chair of Finance. And so I'm looking forward to an exciting we're in the spring semester second week. There are a couple of events that I want to make sure that you guys are all out at. So we do know that this week is Meet the Clubs on the 27th and 28th. You've already heard about the kickoff of Farmers Market on February 3rd and Thursday Thrift on February 5th. The other thing that's coming up, it was great to see the new director of athletics as well as our student athletes here talking about their upcoming games, but we also have a special day with men's basketball on February 7th. It's also going to be an alumni fan day. So make sure that you come out and support CSUN Athletics.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our executive director's report? Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Okay, if there are no questions, we will move over to our University Advisor Butler's report.
Good morning, everyone. So you all know Meet Clubs is Tuesday and Wednesday, but I'm going to hand out flyers for Meet the Greeks, which is on Thursday in the Northridge Center from 11 to 2. So if y'all can help pass the word, that'd be great. Can you pass that down? Thank you. Matter's Day of Service is also going to be on Saturday, February 7th. So information about that is out. So I need to check on the flyers for that, but I'll make sure you all get that information as well. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our University Advisor's report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move over to our Faculty Advisor DeMarco's report.
Hello, everyone. That's me, right? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. As you know, I joined mid-semester last year. I'm really glad to be starting this new year with you all. This is an important semester for many of you, especially those graduating and serving in leadership roles. I know this semester is going to be tough for some of you. I know it comes at a time when many of you are carrying this extra stress from what's happening beyond campus, as we have addressed. I'll just invite you to pass by me this weekend. I'm going to be every Saturday on the corner of Balboa and Victory, protesting what's going on with ICE. So as a faculty advisor, my role is to support the Senate's work and help navigate the academic and institutional context when needed. So I'm looking forward to working together with you all, and I still continue to open up my email and if you want to reach out. So far it hasn't happened, but I understand I will start to reach out to you guys individually. So I'm going to pressure you a little bit to just kind of make a connection because so far I haven't had that yet. So thank you very much. And I hope that helps in the beginning of the semester to make things work better for you. Okay, so I'll be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on our Faculty Advisor's report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move past unfinished business into new business. Is there a motion on the floor for line item A? Senator Gabino.
I move to approve the appointment of Inshura Bewa for the Social and Behavioral Sciences Senator.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Dominguez. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none. All those in favor of approving Senator Mbawa into her Senate seat, please raise your hand. Okay, this passes unanimously. You may now take your seat on the board. Congratulations. Just for our senators that are getting appointed today, once you're able to take a seat on the board, you are also able to vote on the next following items. We will now move over to line item A2. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
To approve the appointment of Carla Martinez Luna to the Upper Division Senator seat.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Garcia. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving Senator Luna for our Upper Division Senate seat, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. This passes unanimously. You may now take your seat. Congratulations. Now moving on to line item A3. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
Move to approve the appointment of George Radionov to the Science and Math Senator position.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Carca. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving Senator Radionov to their Senate seat, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Thank you. The motion passes. You may now take your seat on the board. Congratulations. Now moving on to line item A4. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino?
I move to approve the appointment of Naira Haridudian and Salika Shah to the Finance Committee.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Maine. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving our Finance Committee member, please raise your hand. Okay, this passes unanimously. Congratulations. We will now move over to line item A5. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gabino.
A6.
A6, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I move to approve the appointment of Alyssa Ladd to the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Dominguez. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee member, please raise your hand. Okay, this passes unanimously. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, we will now move over to line item A7. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
I move to approve the appointment of Britzy Hernandez to the Outreach and Recruitment Committee.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Dominguez. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving our Outreach and Recruitment Committee member, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. This passes unanimously. Congratulations. Now moving on to line item A8, to approve Mason Molina for Lobby Corps member. Please, is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
I move to approve the appointment of Mason Molina to the Lobby Corps.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Radionov. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving our Lobby Corps member, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Okay, this passes. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Now moving on to line item A9, is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
I move to approve the appointment of Genesis Paguada Padilla to the Elections Committee.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Dominguez, is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving our elections committee member, please raise your hand. Okay, this passes unanimously. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Genesis. We will now move over to line item B. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator, line item B? Oh, sorry, nominations. Are there any nominations? Vice President Emiliano Aragon.
So, recommendation from our manager would be to postpone this for our next meeting. It's truly up to the board and how you all feel. We do have to leave at 11 a.m. today. Commitment from now on is whenever we do have a meeting, that it's going to end early because of space reservations. We're going to do new business and unfinished business before and then reports after. Otherwise, I do think it's inconvenient to have to move all of our timelines because of our time constraints. But once again, it's really up to you all and the board to decide whether or not this gets postponed to our next meeting.
Senator Gabino.
I move to table the nomination approval of a chair for the External Affairs, Internal Affairs, and University Affairs committees to the next meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Dominguez. Is there any discussion? Okay, Vice President Emiliano Aragon.
And if approved, everything would just move 1 week. So next week we will not have our standing committees. They would begin on week 4.
Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of tabling line item B for next week, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Okay, thank you. This passes. It will be tabled for next week. Now moving on to line item C to approve the California Department of Social Services resolution. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Romano.
I move to approve the California Department of Social Services resolution in regards to funding for the AS Children's Center Toddlers Program for the 2026-2027 school year.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Arias Gomez. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving line item C, please raise your hand. Thank you. This passes unanimously. We will now move over to line item D to suspend section 3, article E. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Gavino.
I move to suspend section 3, article E of the Senate standing rules to allow Senator Quiroga to take a class from 11:30 a.m. to 12:45.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Dominguez. Is there any discussion? Senator Romano.
If our meetings are going to be wrapping up at 11, why do we have to excuse him leaving at 11:30?
So per the Senate standing rules, our meetings are supposed to go until 12. It is just a reservation that constrains us to end at 11, but not all of our meetings end at 11. So
how will we know when the meetings end at 11 or when they don't?
Vice President Emiliano Aragon.
They have to end at 11 when there is USU Board of Directors meetings on those days. So for instance, but they do not meet weekly. So today we have to end early because they have a meeting. Their next one isn't until February 16th. So it's just those days that we need to end early. The other days, you're expected to be there until 12. Also, can we, Sivansh or Madeline, can we have the number that we need of votes in favor for this motion to pass, please?
We need 13 to say yes for this.
Thank you.
Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Yeah, since we are in discussion, I would like to note that normally in a circumstance like this, if regardless of the USU time conflict, I would typically vote no. However, upon discussing with Senator Quiroga, he notified me that this class is the only class offered this semester, as in this is the only class section and time it is available. I verified this myself on the student class enrollment page. This is the only unit. It's already impacted with a wait list of -5, as well as 6 additional classes under deaf studies as a major that are equally impacted. I believe that we should allow this exemption. One, because this is a necessary requirement for a student's graduation, but two, this is at least to me, it seems to be a consistent pattern for the entirety of the semester that all students of this department are suffering from this difficulty of limitation. So I think it would be unwise and unmindful of us to not approve this time allotment.
Thank you. We have 4 minutes. I will limit everyone to 1 comment each. So Senator Quiroga?
Thank you, Senator Cabrera-Figueroa, for the speech. I also wanted to say I did postpone this. I was supposed to take this class last semester. I postponed it to this semester because of the same time conflict. And unfortunately, I was hoping this semester it would change times, but it's the exact same time it was last semester. So either way, I would have had to have this exemption, but it just happens to be this semester instead.
Senator Dominguez.
I'd also just like to mention that if this exception to the standing rules is not made, we would lose our only senator for the College of Education, which I believe would be a disservice to the students, as then they would have no representation in the AS. And actually, yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Sorry. We had to redo the 2/3 vote. It'll be 14 that have to say yes in order for this approval to be met because our new senators took their seats. Is there any further discussion? Senator Vicente.
I just want to piggyback real quick off of what Senator Dominguez said. I honestly believe that we should be supporting our fellow senator because he is the only senator for that department. And I believe that rules exist for a reason, but also we kind of can't afford to lose our only senators in that department. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Is everyone ready to vote? Okay. We will do. Okay, we will just do raise of hands. All those in favor of approving to suspend Section 3, Article E for Senator Quiroga, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. All those abstained? Okay, this suspension passes. Thank you so much, everyone. We will now move over to past information items, past discussion items into legislative referrals. We will start with our very first one from Senator Gavino, titled Exploring Alternate Responsibilities for Judicial Court. With the general approval of Club Constitution currently under the purview of the Matter Involvement Center, the code and responsibilities of the Judicial Court should be reworked to encourage student advocacy in regards to disciplinary and academic disputes. While this form of outreach is considered to be partially be the role of the college senators, expanding and formatting the judicial court to take a more active role in educating students of their rights alongside senators would increase the effectiveness of said outreach. This was suggested to go to internal affairs, and it will go to internal affairs. Now moving on to our next legislative referral, also submitted by Senator Gavino, titled California Preliminaries, to work alongside the Chair of Legislative Affairs to enhance the spread of materials and information regarding the 2026 California election primaries, including but not limited to candidate forums, debates, propositions, on-campus signage, gathering. This was suggested to go to external affairs, and it will go to external affairs. Our next legislative referral is submitted by Vice President Gimeniano Aragon, titled Ad Hoc Bylaws Revision Committee, to establish an ad hoc bylaws revision committee tasked with conducting a comprehensive review of the organization's bylaws, developing proposed revisions and submitting recommendation updates. The committee shall review the existing bylaws, solicit feedback as appropriate, and present its recommendations to the Senate no later than March 30th, 2026. The committee shall consist of 6 members appointed by the AS President, including the AS Director of Student Engagement Services, the AS Assistant Director of Programs and Communications, the Student Leadership Manager, and 3 senators and/or cabinet members. Per our leadership manager's recommendation and per the Constitution, this legislative referral will not be given to any standing committee. It will be overseen by myself and our leadership manager. If any of you guys are interested in serving in this committee, please email me as soon as possible with your timeline or your time availability, as well as why you would like to serve on this committee. So yes, that was it. Our next legislative referral is by Senator Basilio, titled Standardized Follow-Through, to have the Internal Affairs Committee look over any resolutions or recommendations passed by the previous board and make sure we follow through on commitments AS leadership has made, resubmitted from spring semester. This was suggested to go to Internal Affairs, and it will go to Internal Affairs. Next one is by Senator Basilio, titled Meet with All AS Departments, to meet with all the AS departments to assess their needs and wants or areas they'd like to improve. The goal is to use the information to help advocate for those departments with better understanding. Resubmitted from spring semester, suggested to go to Internal Affairs, and it will go to Internal Affairs. The next one was submitted by Senator Basilio, titled Club Storage, to create or establish a place in which campus clubs and orgs can rent a locker cubby to place materials they need throughout the day until they need to go home. Resubmitted for spring semester, suggested to go to University Affairs, and it will go to University Affairs. The next legislative referral was already submitted by our Vice President, so I will not read this one out. Okay, that is it for our legislative referrals. Are there any announcements from the board? Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Hello, everyone. I will keep this really short. Thank you all for being here. And thank you to everyone who has supported, promoted, or engaged with the Metro Transportation Survey. That survey has come to a close next week. With the participants' permission, we will announce who will be the recipients of the 10 parking passes. Again, with their confirmation and approval of that. Otherwise, they will be emailed directly about the parking passes. Thank you.
Vice President Jimeniano Aragon.
If you're tabling today on Mental Health Mondays, there's going to be a separate table for CSUN AS leadership to be tabling, and then I will just need help with either just 1 or 2 people helping with the check-in process. Other than that, just make sure you're at that table, engaging students. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further announcements from the board? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move on to final roll call.
Vice President Emiliano Aragon,
Here.
Senator Arias Gomez,
Here.
Senator Atias,
Here.
Senator Basilio,
Here.
Senator Bawa, Senator Cabrera Figueroa,
Here.
Senator Contreras,
Here.
Senator Cunanan,
Here.
Senator Dominguez,
Here.
Senator Garcia,
Here.
Senator Gavino,
Here.
Senator Kachidia,
Here.
Senator Kodka,
Present.
Senator Mane,
Here.
Senator Martinez Luna,
Here.
Senator Quiroga,
Here.
Senator Radionov,
Here.
Senator Ramirez,
Here.
Senator Umana,
Here.
Senator Vicente.
Here.
Thank you, and I adjourn this meeting at 11:04 a.m.
So if you guys could help pack up the stuff since we're a couple minutes over, please. So just grab your nameplates and all that stuff would be great.